Get ready for the biggest football news hitting your screen right now. Brazil's superstar Neymar has been officially named in the 2026 World Cup squad, marking a massive return to the national team after a long absence. We dive into the details of this huge announcement and what it means for the Seleção. The magic of Brazil was celebrated. We cover the incredible tributes paid to legends like Pelé and the important messages from CBF President Samir Zod about the future of Brazilian football, and don't miss out on what's next in the game. Brazil superstar Neymar has been named in the squad for the 2026 World Cup, marking a dramatic recall to the national team after a near 3-year absence. The inclusion of the all-time leading goal scorer, with 79 goals in 128 appearances, was the biggest surprise in the 26-man squad selected by coach Carlo Ancelotti. Ancelotti officially announced Neymar's selection during a gala ceremony in Rio de Janeiro, drawing loud cheers from the crowd. Speculation regarding the veteran attacker's return had been ongoing for months. Neymar had not featured for Brazil since sustaining a knee injury during a World Cup qualifying match against Uruguay in 2023. A combination of injuries and inconsistent form had kept him out of the national setup, with Ancelotti citing fitness concerns after excluding him from recent friendlies against France and Croatia. Despite these hurdles, Neymar, who rejoined his boyhood club Santos in January following an injury-plagued spell in Saudi Arabia, has now secured Ancelotti's approval for the World Cup in the United States, Canada, and Mexico. The official 26-man squad features a mix of established stars and rising talent. Key players include goalkeepers Alisson, Ederson, and Weverton. In defense, the lineup includes Alex Sandro, Danilo, Leo Pereira, Bremer, Douglas Santos, Gabriel Magalhães, Ibanez, Marquinhos, and Wesley. The midfield boasts Bruno Guimarães, Casemiro, Danilo, Fabinho, and Lucas Paqueta. The forward line is stacked with talent, featuring Endrick, Gabriel Martinelli, Igor Thiago, Luis Henrique, Matthias Cunha, Neymar, Rafinha, Rayan, and Vinicius Jr. Neymar has been named in Brazil's squad for the upcoming FIFA World Cup, marking his return to international play after a 3-year absence since 2023. Manager Carlo Ancelotti confirmed the inclusion, stating that the decision was based purely on fitness and recent form rather than sentiment. Ancelotti noted that after evaluating the player throughout the year, they observed consistent recent playing and improved physical condition. He added that Neymar retains his role and responsibilities, emphasizing that experience was a factor in some positional choices. Neymar, Brazil's all-time leading scorer with 79 international goals, has been dealing with questions regarding his fitness following an injury-marred spell at Al Hilal and a challenging return to Santos. The forward himself expressed satisfaction with his current physical condition, asserting he feels great and has been improving with every game. The squad selection process followed a ceremony in Rio de Janeiro, where journalists gathered to observe Ancelotti's decision. Other notable selections in the squad include Vinicius Jr., Rafinha, Matthias Cunha, and Endrick, who will share attacking duties with Neymar. However, several other players were omitted, including Chelsea striker João Pedro and Real Madrid striker Rodrigo, due to injuries. Brazil is set to commence its World Cup campaign on June 13 in New Jersey, opening their tournament against Morocco in Group C, where they will also face Haiti and Scotland. Brazil has officially included Neymar in the squad for the 2026 FIFA World Cup, marking his return to the national team after a prolonged period impacted by injuries and fitness concerns. The decision was announced by Brazil manager Carlo Ancelotti, who had previously acknowledged that selecting Neymar would be a pivotal decision ahead of the tournament. Leading up to the squad reveal, Ancelotti emphasized the importance of Neymar's experience and influence within the dressing room, while stressing that the final selection hinged on the player's physical condition. Following the announcement, fans on social media celebrated Neymar's inclusion. In a show of support, Neymar's father shared a message on Instagram, stating, "It's time to get the cheers ready, Neymar Jr., and Brazilian national team Instituto Neymar Jr. is cheering for you." The Instituto Projeto Neymar Jr., a non-profit social complex founded by the footballer in 2014, focuses on providing education, culture, sports, and health support to vulnerable children and families. Despite earlier uncertainties, Neymar had maintained confidence, asserting that he physically feels great and had done everything possible to secure his spot. The Brazilian star also addressed criticism regarding his fitness, dismissing some comments made during his recovery period as a lot of nonsense. Neymar has been gradually rebuilding match fitness with Santos FC earlier this year. Although there were emotional moments, including frustration over an officiating error during a recent match, Neymar continued to push for inclusion in the final squad. As Brazil's all-time leading goalscorer, Neymar now has another opportunity to secure the major trophy that has eluded him. This marks his return to the national team, having previously represented Brazil at the 2014, 2018, and 2022 World Cups without lifting the title. The full roster for the 2026 World Cup includes goalkeepers Alisson Becker, Ederson, and Weverton, defenders Marquinhos, Gabriel, Bremer, Alex Sandro, Danilo, Douglas Santos, Ibanez, Leo Pereira, and Wesley. Midfielders Casemiro, Bruno Guimaraes, Danilo, Fabinho, and Lucas Paqueta. And forwards Vinicius Jr., Rafinha, Ryan Endrick, Gabriel Martinelli, Igor Thiago, Luis Henrique, Matthias Cunha, and Neymar Jr. This report was originally published by Athlon Sports on May 18, 2026. The Museum of Tomorrow in Rio de Janeiro recently hosted an unprecedented event celebrating the call-up of the 26 players for the Brazilian national team's World Cup squad. The celebration, which garnered coverage from over 700 media professionals across 14 countries, was a vibrant display of creativity, featuring musical performances and skits organized by the CBF. Key figures addressed the significance of the occasion. CBF President Samir Zod emphasized the transformative changes within the federation over the past year, highlighting structural reforms, modernization of refereeing, progress on financial fair play, and the creation of a youth working group. Zod expressed pride and hope for the future of Brazilian football, acknowledging the support from Rio City Hall, the state government, the Navy, and various partners. CBF Vice President Gustavo Dias praised the federation's professional management and discussed the ongoing revolution within Brazilian football, including tackling the controversial calendar and financial fair play. Dias also paid tribute to the world champions, noting the CBF's decision to create a Legends team following discussions with FIFA President Gianni Infantino, and affirmed confidence in coach Carlo Ancelotti, calling him an Italian with a Brazilian soul. Several former champions, including Romario, Zinho, and Pelé, were honored during this segment. The event also included emotional tributes, featuring videos detailing the journeys of Zagallo and Pelé, and a moment of remembrance for former national team midfielder Giovanni Silva. Recounting Brazil's 5 World Cup titles, the program featured a journey through the nation's football history with special footage and fan skits. Furthermore, the celebration extended to women's football, recognizing the preparations for the 2027 World Cup in Brazil. Head coach Arthur Elias and other officials spoke about the commitment to strengthening women's football, supported by the CBF board. Musical performances enhanced the atmosphere, including Dilsinho performing a new version of the skank hit, Iacute Uma Parted a Defeutable, and the release of the official anthem, Bait No Peito, featuring artists like Ludmilla and João Gomes. The highlight culminated with Carlo Ancelotti announcing the final squad list, preceded by technical details on new World Cup rules provided by CBF men's national team's coordinator Rodrigo Quitano. The event solidified the celebration of the Brazilian team's legacy and its forward-looking vision.